Hi Capricorn, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your August Tarot and Oracle reading, asking what's coming towards you. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Capricorns and cross watchers to pray for you, simply say hello in the comment section, leave an emoji. You're welcome to share what you're going through. Gives us something basically that we can focus on that represents your energy. So I like to think that it's like a pathway to you. For all good intentions and only good intentions. Seal that with my intention. All right, you guys, we start with a couple of messages just to guide the tarot reading. We have new opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. Awesome. We have the universe is calling for you to notice important synchronicities. Pay attention, Capricorn. And then we have visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such strength and power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality, Capricorn. Hold a steady vision of what is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. And that is what you will experience. Very cool. So it sounds like you got big magician energy. We'll see if the magician pops up for you in your tarot reading. A lot of manifesting, a lot of like, hey, thoughts become things type of stuff. Did anybody here ever watch Wayne Dyer? Do you remember Wayne Dyer? Kind of was big in the early 2000s, late 90s. Thoughts become things. All right. So what's coming towards my Capricorn in August? Whoa. Flying out, we have temperance, transformation. So things are changing. Pay attention. Just like this card earlier said, the universe is calling for you to notice important synchronicities. Nothing is by accident. This card is specifically relevant to two things. Patience and balance are key to this period of time in your life. Let's see where it's going. August 2025 for my Capricorns. Success, celebrations. Interesting. You know what? These two fell out kind of on their sides and I'm going to keep them there. I listened to the behavior of the cards and we read into that as well. You might be in a place where there's almost like a holding pattern or kind of a hovering before the other shoe falls. You might be trying to find out whether something's balancing out at work or with your commitments. This could even be within your marriage because it's represented by the Hierophant, Taurus energy. This is what we commit ourselves to, belief systems. This can even be the institution of marriage. It can be with others, where others are involved. And that's why it can even work into our careers and our workplace. But it almost feels like you're waiting to find out if there's going to be something that pans out here. And I can tell you that it does. That's what I'm going to read this as. The Six of Wands is a card of victory. Da, 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 da. You can't sit on your laurels too long, but it seems like there's going to be a celebration here. So I'm catching you, to be clear, this seems very clear. I'm catching you at a time where there's a sense of waiting. It's like that whole saying, wait for it, and then you're going to get this victory. But I'm catching you in a time of transition. So there's something that's transforming. It's changing as we speak. You are in kind of a waiting place where things are rebalancing themselves. It almost feels like there's a judgment call that's going to be made. So maybe you're waiting for a verdict or a contract to come in. Maybe you're waiting to hear back about a promotion, whatever it is. In your context, it looks like it's going to be a success. There's going to be something to celebrate over. I love delivering that to you in the first, before we hit 4 minutes. Ha ha! Well, we got plenty of room to go. We're going to get an extended, actually. Speaking of which, and we'll be getting advice and all that good stuff. This is for, people who like much longer readings. And that will be a link in the description box below. So, at the bottom of the deck, what do we have? Big picture stuff. So all this is actually about big picture stuff. It's going to have like long lasting ramifications. I have this feeling like looking at these cards, unpacking the victory card, we had interesting cards. We had the heartache card, something that felt maybe unfair or sad, upsetting. And then the Empress card, abundance. So this is making a sense, like this is like a full recovery. This is going from despair to abundance, Empress, growth. This is hey, all is not lost. In fact, hey, the deal is even sweeter. This is actually better than it was before. We can grow from this. We're good. We're back, baby. That type of thing. And you've earned something really special here, and it has to do with the role that you're playing. The Emperor card is coming out. I feel like among your friends or your allies, your comrades, you are being seen as somebody who holds a lot of responsibility, who is kind of taking charge or the reins in your life. I'm giving you two different contexts. I'm giving you the context within your relationships, and then I'm giving you a context, because you're all going through different things, of you if this is in your workplace. So if this is in your workplace, I think you're going to be celebrating with friends, celebrating a new set of responsibilities, maybe a promotion, or maybe just the being your big bad boss self. But if it's in relationship, I think that this is definitely taking the reins in your own life. And it's almost like it's paying off something that you have put a lot of work and effort into. 7 of Pentacles. There's a little wild twist hidden in here. I think something that you don't expect. And I think it's delightful. The Page of Cups here. I think it's incredibly rewarding. It's emotionally rewarding. So even if it's regarding job, pay, that some of those black and white things we equate to business, it's still emotionally really gratifying. So where are we going next for my Capricorns? Where are we going next? That's an interesting energy. Bear with me. Before I speak, I really want to be confident with what this message is. There is a theme of you having a lot more control in your life and a lot more confidence. You are not leaving this place of kind of self-preservation yet. So that could mean saving your money or keeping your energy kind of tucked in tight towards yourself. There's kind of a, self-preservation and carefulness about this energy. You're not leaving it yet. But I feel like you're getting ahead of any kind of conflict or competition. And it's like you're reaching a point in your own personal confidence where your stride is getting stronger, more direct. You're basically getting a big lift in your confidence, because there's a lot of fiery energy. There's a lot of wands. There's King of Rods. There's Knight of Rods. I think you are attracting a lot of attention, and this is part of a bigger picture. The Judgment card comes out. It's not subtle energy. This is part of an evolution around your confidence. And yet you're not jumping into anything. You're not committing to anything. So you've got 2 cards. This came out sideways. I'm reading it that way, where you're not committing either way. 2 of Pentacles. So you're just considering factors. You're observing, you're considering these energies coming towards you. It's like you're almost observing the competition or conflict, but you're not getting in the middle of it. You're almost observing it from a tower. You're almost observing it from a place of authority or being outside of it in a safe and preferable manner. We all kind of want to be part of that. So it suggests that actually you don't need to be in the scramble. You don't need to be in the squabble. You're above it. So what else does Capricorn need to know about this? Really interesting message for you today. So, oh, okay, cool. Keep on talking about that, tarot. Yeah, so before some of that hanging back from making any decisions and leaping forward into commitments, this is a really great time for reflecting. If you do have kids, if you do have family that you have to take into consideration, it's a really great time before you jump the gun, expand, travel, or say yes to any commitments, taking into account how it affects your relationships. And I say that because we have the World card in reverse. This isn't quite done yet, right? Like we're not ready to close a chapter. We're not quite ready to go overseas. We're not quite ready to move yet. We have to consider Six of Cups, our relationships, how this might have a ripple effect or connect with our children if we have any, our experiences. There's a choice attached to the Lover's card. That's Gemini energy. It could be literally talking about your significant other and the harmony between you guys. But it's also, originally it was called the choice. So we always go back to like, there might be a choice here. So it feels like you need to button some things up. It's a very, very empowering time if you put your energy towards planning. So putting pen to paper, quite literally, this is putting, looking at the calendar. This is addressing things that maybe need to cleaning out the house, even spring cleaning. It's not spring anymore, but this is a time of assessment. And you hold there's a lot of confidence and power pouring out of your reading. What about this planning? What do they need to be aware of? What do Capricorns need to be aware of? Yeah, when you're doing this planning, when you're doing this assessing, there's two characters that come out, King of Swords and King of Cups. It feels like you're not alone in your opinions or your plans here. So what do we need to know about the King of Swords here? Okay, what do we need to know about the King of Cups? So one person is feeling, well, before I say anything, one sec. Two energies. This feels like two different people. Yeah, there's some things that just need to be tweaked and tightened up. It's almost like one person is reluctant to move forward, and what they're like both people, and I think you're one of these energies. I don't know, actually I'm gonna say, actually, because there's the kids potential, some of you guys, actually, this might represent two people in your family close to you that are affected by these plans. So I take that back, because the roles can be reversed. For some of you guys, this is two people that are very much closely tied to you. For others, this is going to be you and another individual. Now let me go into it. There is a reluctance to move forward with these two energies. And neither of them are wrong for it. Neither of them are bad for it. It's literally details. It's why the cards are saying, hey, before you jump forward, make any commitments or decisions, consider these factors. Two of Wands is really powerful for planning. Some things, because it's assessment, right? Some things that need to be assessed is one energy. King of Swords could be an air sign, doesn't have to be. This person likes raw truth. They appreciate directness. They need, in this situation, directness. They're going to be falling back on fact, analysis, on strategy. They're all about information. And so there's some delusion there a little bit. Like they don't have all the information, or there's something with the Magician card upside down. So trickster energy comes out instead of magician manifestor energy. When this is upside down, this is trickster. In the context, I would say, I don't know if this person is trying to be necessarily tricky. I like the visual that comes up, like they're coming up with false facts or something. Goes against very much the nature of this person to lie. So it would just be kind of maybe bad information, or there's some delusion there. And this is where they have to be strong. This is where it's like almost like a personal, this is where they're going to have to exercise a muscle here with what is fact and what is delusion. So an example of this would be a person who they appreciate fact and directness, but they don't always get it right, or they don't have good sources. The other individual is coming across as a much more emotional, not overly, not like a up and down roller coaster emotion, but like a nurturing, softer individual. They make their decisions more intuitively. They make their decisions not necessarily based on information as much as how they feel. And this person is what they need to be focused on with their assessing. They're all about like recovery. They're all about growth. They're all about, if it applies, healing here. But there is a transformation that they've been holding back on. Temperance card is upside down. So that means something needs to be rebalanced here. Something's out of balance with them. What is out of balance with this individual? I think what's out of balance is hope and faith that it's going to work out. Because we get the star card with the ace or the page of wands. And so what that means is like capturing that inspiration. They're not very inspired, I think. Something needs to be rebalanced here with inspiration and hope. And that's all about vision, right? So that's really that's the best advice right now that I could give you regarding the planning part. And this is where I'll leave you. I hope that was helpful. For those of you who I am leaving here and you're not coming along with the extended, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and all of your sharing. And then for all of you guys who are joining me, that link will be down below. We're going to be getting a bigger picture. We're going to be unpacking more cards and getting advice. Bye-bye.